I was working the closing shift at a 24-hour gas station outside Tulsa when a little girl walked in alone, put $1 on the counter, and whispered, "Can you pretend you don't know me?" I thought she was joking. Then I saw the man standing across the parking lot. He was leaning against a black SUV, staring straight through the glass. The girl couldn't have been older than 9. Pink hoodie, glittery sneakers, messy ponytail. She kept looking at the door like she expected it to explode. "What's your name?" I whispered. "Lily." "Where's your mom?" Her eyes filled with tears. "She told me not to tell anybody." That was when the SUV started moving. Slowly. Lily grabbed my wrist. "Please don't let him see me." I crouched behind the counter and pulled her into the little storage area beside the lottery display. "Stay here. Don't make a sound." The SUV rolled past the front windows, then stopped. The driver's door opened. A man in a baseball cap walked inside. He smiled at me like we were old friends. "Hey, sorry. Have you seen a little girl around here? Blonde ponytail, pink sweatshirt?" I smiled back. "Nope." He looked around. Then his eyes landed on the tiny pink sneaker sticking out from behind the counter. My stomach dropped. But before he could say anything, the automatic doors opened. An elderly woman walked in carrying a huge purse. She looked at the man, then looked at me, then looked at the sneaker. And somehow, without asking a single question, she understood. She pointed toward the coffee station and said loudly, "Sweetheart, your bathroom's flooding again." I stared at her. "What?" "The bathroom. You need to check it." The man turned toward her. She immediately started complaining about the coffee being too expensive. It was so ridiculous that I almost laughed, but that 30-second distraction was enough. I hit the silent alarm under the counter. The man walked back outside. I watched him get into the SUV. Except he didn't leave. He parked beside the dumpster. 10 minutes passed, then 20. Lily finally whispered, "He's not supposed to know I'm here." "Why?" She pulled a folded piece of paper from her pocket. It was a photo, her mother, and the same man. On the back, her mother had written one sentence: "If Lily comes to you, call the police. Do not call me." I felt cold all over. Then Lily said something that made everything worse. "My mom isn't missing." I looked at her. She put me in the car herself. "Why?" Lily swallowed. "Because she said he was coming for both of us." Sirens appeared in the distance less than a minute later. The SUV tried to pull away. 2 police cruisers blocked the exit. The man was arrested. And that's when detectives told us the truth. Lily's mother had been secretly cooperating with investigators for months against the man, who was connected to a kidnapping and fraud investigation. She had sent Lily to the one place she knew she'd be safe, a 24-hour gas station, because years earlier, she'd worked there. She knew the night shift clerk would be a woman, someone she believed would understand. I didn't. Not at first, but I do now. Because sometimes, the strangest sentence a stranger can say to you, "Can you pretend you don't know me?" is actually someone asking you to save their life. 3 weeks later, Lily came back with her mom. She brought me a drawing. It was a picture of the gas station. The little pink girl was standing behind the counter, and above her, she'd drawn a giant superhero cape. I asked her why. She shrugged. "You looked scared." Then she smiled. "But you stayed."